The steam enveloped Ellie like a suffocating embrace, blurring the lines between reality and the turmoil raging inside her. She had come to the upscale spa in downtown Seattle to escape the relentless pressure of her family's expectations, but here she was, heart-pounding as her best friend Sophia leaned in closer, her words slicing through the haze. "Ellie, stop pretending. I see how you look at me. It's not just friendship, and you know it," Sophia whispered, her voice laced with a mix of accusation and vulnerability that shattered Eliana's carefully constructed facade. Eliana, Ellie, to those who knew her well, froze, the heat amplifying the flush on her cheeks. At 28, she had built her life around denial. A promising career as a graphic designer in a conservative firm, weekend brunches with her devout Catholic parents who dreamed of her settling down with a nice man from church, and friendships that never crossed into dangerous territory. But Sophia, her straight-as-an-arrow confidant since college, had just cracked open the door Ellie had bolted shut years ago. How could Sophia, of all people, see through her? The woman who dated men exclusively, who laughed off Ellie's occasional lingering glances as sisterly affection. Yet here, in the dim glow of the sauna, Sophia's eyes held a mirror to Ellie's soul, forcing her to confront the attraction she had buried under layers of societal norms and self-doubt. Ellie's mind raced, replaying the moments that led here. It started innocently enough. A girls' spa day to celebrate Sophia's promotion at the law firm. They had laughed about work stresses, shared secrets over facials, but as they settled into the sauna, the conversation turned personal. Sophia confessed her own frustrations with dating, how men never seemed to understand her depth. Ellie nodded, her heart twisting with unspoken envy. Then Sophia's hand brushed Ellie's thigh, lingering just a second too long, and the air thickened. "What if what you're looking for isn't a man?" Sophia had asked, her tone probing. Ellie laughed it off at first, but Sophia pressed on, her words a catalyst for the eruption now unfolding. Inside, Ellie screamed at herself. This can't be happening. Her parents' voices echoed in her head, her mother's prayers for grandchildren, her father's stern lectures on traditional values. Growing up in a tight-knit Vietnamese-American family in the suburbs, Ellie had learned early to conform. She dated boys in high school to fit in, even if the kisses felt hollow. College brought freedom, but the guilt lingered, a shadow that followed her into adulthood. Sophia was supposed to be safe, a platonic anchor in her stormy sea. But now, with Sophia's confession hanging between them, Ellie felt exposed, raw. Was this betrayal? Or salvation? Sophia shifted, her towel slipping slightly, but Ellie averted her eyes, focusing on the beads of sweat trickling down her own skin. I don't know what you're talking about," Ellie stammered, her voice barely above a whisper. But the lie tasted bitter. Deep down she did know. The dreams that woke her in a sweat, the way her pulse quickened around certain women at work. Sophia, with her sharp wit and effortless charm, had always been the epicenter. Ellie thought it was admiration, hero worship even. But Sophia's words ignited a fire. "I've felt it too, Ellie. But I'm straight. This is about you facing yourself." The word stung like a slap. Sophia wasn't confessing mutual feelings. She was pushing Ellie toward self-acceptance, but at what cost? Ellie stood abruptly, the steam swirling around her as she grabbed her robe. "I need air," she muttered, fleeing the sauna. Outside, in the cool locker room, she leaned against the wall, breaths coming in gasps. Her phone buzzed. A text from her mother. "Dinner Sunday? Bring that nice coworker if you want." The irony burned. How could she face her family now, with this crack in her armor? That night, alone in her apartment overlooking the Puget Sound, Ellie paced. Sophia's words replayed endlessly. "Embrace who I am?" But who was that? A woman who loved women? The thought terrified her. Society's judgments loomed large. Whispers at family gatherings, potential job discrimination in her conservative industry. And her faith? The church she attended sporadically preached love, but condemned her desires. Ellie sank onto the couch, tears streaming. Why did Sophia have to say it? Their friendship felt tainted now, laced with unspoken tension. The next day at work, Ellie avoided Sophia's calls. She buried herself in designs, but her mind wandered. A colleague, Mark, flirted mildly, and for a moment, she considered pursuing it to prove Sophia wrong. But the idea repulsed her. No, this was real. The sauna had been the tipping point, but the signs were there. The college crush on her roommate she dismissed as envy, the discomfort at bridal showers envisioning her own future. Ellie realized she had been living a lie, but admitting it meant upheaval. By evening, Sophia showed up at Ellie's door uninvited. "We need to talk," she said, her eyes pleading. Ellie let her in, the air thick with unresolved emotion. They sat on the balcony, city lights twinkling below. "I'm sorry if I pushed too hard," Sophia began. "But I've watched you struggle for years. You're not happy, Ellie." Ellie sighed, her inner monologue a whirlwind. "She's right, but it hurts. What if I lose everything? What if my family disowns me?" Ellie voiced aloud, her voice cracking. Sophia reached for her hand, a platonic gesture that sent sparks through Ellie. "They might not. And even if they do, you'll have me." But Ellie pulled away. Was this support or something more? Sophia insisted she was straight, yet her actions blurred lines. The conversation stretched into the night, Ellie confessing fragments of her turmoil. By dawn, a fragile peace settled, but the seed of doubt was planted. Ellie knew this was just the beginning. The real battles lay ahead. As weeks passed, Ellie tested the waters. She downloaded a dating app secretly, swiping on women with trembling fingers. The thrill mixed with guilt. Her first date with a woman named Jamie was awkward but exhilarating. A coffee meetup where conversations flowed naturally. Jamie's laugh, her stories of coming out, inspired Ellie. But returning home, the high faded into anxiety. What if someone saw? Meanwhile, her family noticed changes. At Sunday dinner, her mother probed. "You seem distant, Eliana. Is there a man?" Ellie forced a smile, the lie heavier than ever. Her father, a stern engineer, added, "Focus on your career. Marriage will come." Inside, Ellie raged. If only they knew. The pressure built, a dam ready to burst. Sophia remained her rock, but tension simmered. One evening, over wine, Sophia admitted, "Seeing you like this makes me question things too." Ellie's heart leaped. Hope? But Sophia clarified. "Not for me, but for us as friends." Disappointment stung, fueling Ellie's resolve. She decided to come out to a trusted cousin first, testing the familial waters. The cousin's reaction was mixed, supportive but cautionary. "Auntie and uncle won't understand. Be careful." Ellie's mind spun. Am I ready for the fallout? The sauna moment had awakened her, but the path forward was fraught with mines. Ellie's awakening rippled outward, like stones skipped across a still pond, disturbing everything in its path. She began attending a local LGBTQ support group in secret, held in a community center in Capitol Hill. The stories shared there, tales of rejection, acceptance, and everything in between, mirrored her own chaos. One woman spoke of losing her job after coming out. Another of mending family ties over time. Ellie listened, her inner voice whispering, "This could be me. But am I strong enough?" Back at work, the facade cracked further. Her boss, a traditionalist, made offhand comments about family values during meetings, sending chills down Ellie's spine. She confided in Sophia, who urged caution. "Don't rush. Build your support first." But Ellie felt the urgency, a fire lit in the sauna that refused to dim. She went on more dates, each one chipping away at her denial. With Jamie, things progressed to dinners, walks in the park. Jamie's openness was a bomb, but Ellie held back, haunted by what-ifs. The conflict escalated when Ellie's mother set her up on a blind date with a family friend's son, Alex. "He's perfect for you, Eliana," her mother gushed over the phone. Ellie agreed reluctantly, the dinner a torturous affair. Alex was kind, handsome, but her mind wandered to Jamie. She excused herself early, driving home in tears. "Why can't I just be normal?" She thought, the word normal tasting like poison. That night she texted Jamie, "I need to see you." They met at a quiet bar, Jamie sensing Ellie's distress. "What's wrong?" Jamie asked, her hand covering Ellie's. Ellie poured out her story. The sauna revelation, family pressures, internal war. Jamie listened, then shared her own coming out horror. Disowned by parents, but reborn freer. "It's worth it," Jamie said. Ellie leaned in, their foreheads touching in a moment of intimacy that felt right. But guilt crashed in. What about Sophia? Sophia noticed Ellie's distance, confronting her at a coffee shop. "You're seeing someone, aren't you?" Sophia accused, her eyes flashing. Ellie nodded, bracing for impact. "A woman?" Sophia pressed. "Yes," Ellie admitted, the word liberating yet terrifying. Sophia's face crumpled. Not jealousy, but concern. "I'm happy for you, but be careful. Not everyone will understand." Their friendship strained, unspoken questions hanging. "Why did you push me if it changes us?" The mouth Wandao Duk deepened. Ellie questioned her choices. Was dating Jamie a betrayal of her family's dreams? Or staying closeted a betrayal of herself? She journaled furiously, pages filled with inner monologues. "I deserve love, but at what price?" The support group encouraged her to plan her coming out, but fear paralyzed her. Then a betrayal struck. At work, Ellie overheard colleagues gossiping about a gay scandal in another department. Paranoia set in. She confided in a co-worker she thought was an ally, only for the rumor to spread. Whispers followed her. "Is Ellie? You know." Her boss called her in, tone neutral but probing. "Everything okay at home?" Ellie lied, but the damage was done. She felt exposed, vulnerable. Home offered no refuge. Her parents announced a family reunion, expecting Ellie to bring a date. Panic rose. She considered bringing Alex to appease them, but the idea sickened her. Instead, she broke things off with Jamie temporarily. "I need time," she told Jamie, who understood but was hurt. Ellie's heart ached. "Am I sabotaging my happiness?" Sophia stepped in, organizing a weekend getaway to clear Ellie's head. They drove to the Olympic Peninsula, hiking trails that offered solitude. Amid the trees, Sophia opened up. "I pushed you in the sauna because I care. But seeing you suffer, maybe I was wrong." Ellie snapped. "You weren't. You gave me courage." But inside, resentment brewed. Why couldn't you feel the same? The trip turned tense when Sophia received a call from her boyfriend, reminding Ellie of the divide. Back in Seattle, Ellie decided she would come out to her parents. The rehearsal in her mind was agonizing. "Mom, Dad, I'm gay." The word stuck. The dinner arrived. Seated at the family table, laden with pho and spring rolls, Ellie gathered her nerve. But before she could speak, her father announced, "We've been worried about you, Eliana. Your mother found something on your phone." Ellie's blood ran cold. A forgotten dating app notification? Her mother's eyes were tearful. "Is it true? Are you involved with women?" The room spun. Denial surged. "No, it's a mistake." But her father's stern gaze demanded truth. Ellie crumbled. "Yes, I'm gay." Silence exploded into chaos. Her mother wept. "How could you? Think of our family." Her father thundered. "This is not who we raised you to be." Ellie fled, tears blinding her as she drove away. Alone in her apartment, she called Sophia. "It happened. They know." Sophia rushed over, holding Ellie as she sobbed. But in the embrace, Ellie felt a spark. Mutual? "No," Sophia pulled back. "I'm here as a friend." The rejection, though unspoken, cut deep. Days blurred into isolation. Work suffered, friends distanced. Jamie reached out, but Ellie pushed her away, drowning in self-pity. The support group became her lifeline, stories of resilience pulling her through. Slowly, she rebuilt. Therapy sessions unpacking years of repression. But a new conflict arose. Sophia's boyfriend proposed, and she accepted. The news hit Ellie like a freight train. At the engagement party, Ellie forced smiles, but inside, why her? The evening culminated in a heated argument. "You opened my eyes, then left me in the dark," Ellie accused. Sophia retorted. "I can't change who I am for you." The friendship fractured, a painful trade-off. Ellie reflected. The sauna had shown her courage, but the cost was steep. Lost bonds, shattered illusions. The fracture with Sophia lingered like an open wound, infecting every aspect of Ellie's life. She threw herself into work, designing campaigns that subtly promoted diversity. A quiet rebellion. But the office rumors persisted, her boss's sidelong glances a constant reminder of precariousness. Inside, Ellie debated. Fight or flee? Quitting meant defeat. Staying meant daily battles. Family ties strained further. Her parents called sporadically, conversations laced with pleas. Come home, Eliana. We can fix this. Fix me? The thought fueled anger. She attended therapy, unpacking generational trauma, her parents' immigration struggles, their cling to traditions as anchors. Understanding bred empathy, but not forgiveness. They love you, her therapist said. But is love conditional? Ellie wondered. Reconnecting with Jamie offered solace. They met for lunch, apologies flowing. I was scared, Ellie admitted. Jamie forgave, their relationship deepening. Stolen moments, walks along the waterfront, shared dreams, brought joy amid chaos. But society intruded. Stares from strangers, a homophobic slur muttered in passing. Ellie tensed. Is this the price of authenticity? A major conflict erupted at the family reunion. Relatives gathered in her parents' backyard, chatter filling the air. Ellie arrived alone, steeling herself. Whispers followed. Poor thing, confused. Her aunt cornered her. Marriage to a man will set you straight. Ellie exploded. I'm not broken. The outburst silenced the crowd. Her father pulled her aside. You're embarrassing us. Tears welled. What about my pain? She left early, driving to Sophia's. But Sophia was out celebrating her engagement. Loneliness crushed her. That night, Ellie journaled. Why must I pay for being me? The answer eluded her. Work delivered another blow. A promotion opportunity arose, but her boss hinted. We value stability. Code for conformity. Ellie confronted him. My personal life doesn't affect my work. He backpedaled, but the seed of doubt grew. She considered outing herself fully, but fear held her back. Jamie encouraged activism. They attended a pride event, colors vibrant, crowds empowering. For the first time, Ellie felt belonging. But a photo posted online reached her family. Her mother called hysterical. Everyone knows now. Ellie stood firm. Good. No more hiding. The backlash intensified. Her brother, previously silent, supported her privately but begged discretion. Dad's health is fragile. Guilt gnawed. Am I selfish? The moral dilemma tore at her. Personal freedom versus family harmony. Sophia's wedding planning added salt. Invited as a bridesmaid, Ellie declined. It hurts too much, she confessed. Sophia pleaded. Don't let this ruin us. But the damage was done. At a bridal shower, mutual friends sided with Sophia, accusing Ellie of jealousy. Betrayal stung. They think it's about unrequited love? In truth it was. Ellie admitted to herself. Feelings for Sophia lingered, complicating everything. Therapy helped. Acknowledge, then release. But release felt like loss. A turning point came when Ellie's father suffered a minor heart scare. Rushing to the hospital, she found her family united in worry. In the waiting room, her mother hugged her. We don't understand, but we love you. Progress? Or pity? Her father, recovering, grumbled. Live your life but don't flaunt it. Conditional acceptance chafed. Emboldened, Ellie pursued the promotion aggressively, showcasing her skills. She got it, a victory amid adversity. Celebrating with Jamie, she proposed moving in together. Jamie agreed, a step toward commitment. But drama peaked at Sophia's bachelorette party. Ellie attended reluctantly. Tensions high. Alcohol loosened tongues. Sophia cornered her. I miss you. Ellie retorted. You pushed me away. Tears flowed. I was scared too. The confession hung. Scared of what? Mutual attraction? Sophia admitted. In the sauna, I felt something. But I'm committed now. The revelation shattered Ellie. Betrayal anew. Sophia had known, yet chose denial. Ellie left, heartbroken. Inside. She showed me courage, but hid her own cowardice. Healing began slowly. Ellie distanced from Sophia, focusing on Jamie. They built a life, attending events, making friends in the community. But scars remained. Family dinners awkward, work vigilance constant. A societal clash arose when a local bill threatened LGBTQ rights. Ellie joined protests, her voice rising. Media coverage outed her further, drawing both support and hate mail. Fear mixed with pride. This is the fight. Reflecting, Ellie realized the sauna was merely the spark. The real journey was navigating the fallout, making choices that defined her. With Sophia's wedding looming, Ellie faced a crossroads: attend and feign joy, or skip and sever ties. The invitation mocked her from the fridge. Jamie advised, go for closure. But closure felt elusive. Inside, Ellie battled forgiveness or resentment. She chose to go, a test of resilience. The ceremony was picturesque, in a Seattle garden under clear skies. Sophia glowed in white, her groom beaming. Ellie sat in the back, heart aching. During vows, Sophia's eyes met hers briefly. A flash of regret? Ellie looked away, focusing on Jamie's hand in hers. At the reception, toasts flowed. When Sophia approached, thank you for coming. Ellie nodded coolly. Congratulations. But later, alone on the dance floor edge, Sophia pulled her aside. I made a mistake, Sophia whispered. In the sauna, I should have been honest. Ellie's pulse raced. Honest about what? Sophia confessed. I felt it too, but I chose safety. The admission was a gut punch. Ellie stormed out, Jamie following. She what? Jamie exclaimed. Ellie cried. She used me to explore, then retreated. The betrayal deepened the wound. Why reveal now on her wedding day? Moral quandary. Confront or let go? Ellie chose confrontation. Texting Sophia. We need to talk. They met post-honeymoon in a neutral park. Sophia tearful. I'm sorry. I was confused. Ellie raged. You awakened me, then abandoned ship. Sophia defended. I love my husband. But doubt lingered in her eyes. The friendship ended there, a necessary sacrifice. Freed from that tether, Ellie embraced her life fully. She and Jamie moved in, decorating their apartment with pride flags subtly. Work thrived. Her designs won awards. But family reconciliation lagged. Her parents invited her for holidays, stipulating, no bringing Jamie. Ellie refused. She's part of me. Stalemate ensued. A breakthrough came unexpectedly. Her brother organized a intervention-style dinner. Seated awkwardly, her father spoke first. We've been reading, talking to a counselor. Her mother added. We don't agree, but we miss you. Tears flowed. Ellie shared her story, the sauna, the struggles. Empathy bridged gaps, though not fully. Give us time, her father said. Ellie nodded. Progress is slow. Societal pressures persisted. At a work event, a client made derogatory jokes. Ellie called him out. That's unacceptable. The bold move risked business, but her boss backed her. Empowerment surged. I'm not hiding anymore. With Jamie, challenges arose. Jamie wanted kids. Ellie hesitated, fearing family backlash. Debates ensued. We can adopt, Jamie argued. Ellie countered. What if they're rejected like me? The mouth wand tested their bond, but communication strengthened it. A damaging choice loomed when an ex-colleague outed Ellie maliciously online. Trolls harassed. Ellie considered retreating. But the community rallied, sharing stories of triumph. She wrote an op-ed for a local paper. Embracing my truth amid adversity. The piece went viral, drawing both praise and vitriol. Inside, was the exposure worth it? The answer came in letters from young people. You gave me courage. Ellie's journey inspired others, a ripple effect. But the cost, sleepless nights, strained relations, weighed heavy. As months passed, Ellie reflected on trade-offs. Lost friendship with Sophia, tentative family peace, solid love with Jamie. The sauna moment had cost dearly, but gained authenticity. High drama struck when Sophia reached out again, months later. I'm divorcing, she texted. Shock rippled. They met, Sophia broken. I couldn't deny it anymore. Ellie listened, empathy mixed with caution. You hurt me, Ellie said. Sophia nodded. I know. Can we start over? Ellie pondered, friend or more. But with Jamie, loyalty prevailed. As friends maybe, Ellie offered. A cautious rebuild began. The experience forced Ellie to question ethics. Is second chances always right? She chose yes, but guarded. Life stabilized. Ellie volunteered at the support group, guiding others. Her parents met Jamie finally, awkward but civil. Acceptance grew incrementally. Yet doubts lingered. In quiet moments, Ellie wondered, did I choose correctly? The path was thorny, but rewarding. Stability proved illusory as new storms brewed. Ellie's op-ed attracted a documentary filmmaker who wanted to feature her story. Opportunity knocked, but exposure terrified. Think of the impact, Jamie urged. Ellie agreed hesitantly, filming sessions dredging painful memories. The sauna, family rifts, Sophia's betrayal. Reliving it intensified inner conflicts. Am I exploiting my pain? The documentary aired locally, sparking debates. Supporters cheered, critics lambasted, pushing agendas. Her parents watched, calling afterward. Were proud but worried. Pride from them? A milestone. But online hate escalated. Doxing threats forcing Ellie to bolster security. Fear gripped. Is visibility worth the danger? Work benefited. Clients sought her for inclusive campaigns. But a conservative account pulled out, citing values clash. Financial hit stung, but principles held. Inside, every win demands sacrifice. With Sophia, the rebuild faltered. Sophia, newly single, confessed lingering feelings. What if we try? She asked. Temptation flared old sparks. But Ellie rebuffed. I'm with Jamie. The rejection ended contact definitively. Heartache anew. Why test me now? Jamie sensed the turmoil confronting. Do you still love her? Ellie denied, but doubt seeded. Their relationship strained, arguments flaring over trust. I chose you, Ellie insisted. Therapy helped navigate, reaffirming commitment. But the scare highlighted fragility. A societal reckoning hit when a friend faced discrimination at work. Ellie advocated, organizing a petition. Success came, but backlash targeted her. Anonymous calls harassed, freak. Resilience waned. Depression crept. Jamie supported. We're in this together. Ellie clung to that. Family dynamics evolved. At a holiday gathering, her father pulled her aside. I've been wrong. Love is love. Tears flowed. Hugs mended. Her mother baked Ellie's favorite, a silent olive branch. Full acceptance? Not yet, but close. Reflecting on the journey, Ellie marveled at transformations. The sauna revelation had unraveled her life, only to weave a stronger tapestry. Losses, friendships, innocence, but gains, self-love, community, purpose. High tension peaked in a public debate. Invited to a panel on LGBTQ rights, Ellie faced opponents spewing rhetoric. Unnatural choices. She countered passionately. Love isn't a choice, denial is. Applause erupted, but a heckler shouted slurs. Security intervened. Ellie shook but stood tall. Inside. This is the fight I chose. Post-event, exhaustion hit. Jamie proposed. Marry me. In a quiet moment, Ellie accepted. A beacon amid darkness. The wedding was intimate, friends and family attending. Even her parents teary-eyed. Sophia absent, a closed chapter. Vows exchanged, Ellie felt whole. But life twisted again. A job offer in New York tempted. Better pay, fresh start. But uprooting meant leaving support networks. Debate ensued. Stay safe or risk growth. Ellie chose the move, Jamie agreeing. Packing boxes, she pondered costs. Settling in the Big Apple, challenges mounted. Urban anonymity versus Seattle's community. But opportunities abounded. New friends, advocacy roles. Ellie thrived. Her story inspiring broader audiences. Yet in reflective solitude, she questioned the narrative. The sauna had shown courage, but was it truly from Sophia? Or within herself always? The awakenings, damages, redemptions. All part of a complex tapestry. As the story closes, Ellie stands at a crossroads once more, ever evolving. Was denying one's true self ever a morally defensible choice in the face of societal pressure?